Hey guys, this is once again your site correspondent, and for this video's vision session, we will be continuing talking about Entoptic Phenomenon. If we have 7 wonders of the world, we can think of the eye as also one of the 7 wonders of the body. Let me ask you this one common phenomenon that we normally experience but left unexplained. We'll see about that later. Have you ever experienced while looking at the ocean blue sky some dancing small pinpoint sparks of light somewhere between your central vision? Well, I myself experience that all the time, especially while filming with all these bright lights. This is one of the examples of Entoptic Phenomenon, and we will be learning more of them later. I know. I've been mentioning a lot of Entoptic Phenomenon, so let's might as well know more about it. Entoptic phenomenon literally means inside the optics. It is any sensation that comes from inside of the eye. It is produced when something other than light stimulates the retina. And for this video, we will be discussing 5 phenomena related to this. A red spot seen on a white surface. What explains this? First up, we have Maxwell's spot.
Look at the center of the yellow screen. Do not move your eyes, even if the screen turns blue. In the count of 3, fixate your eyes at the center. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. What did you observe? Did you see something like this? Are you wondering, why are you seeing this? These are called the Maxwell spots.
A reddish spot can be seen in the center of the visual field when a white surface is viewed by a normal observer through a dichroic filter transmitting red and blue lights. This phenomenon is called Maxwell spot. It is interpreted usually as an entoptic phenomenon due to preferential absorption of blue light in macular pigment.
Maxwell spot is a close relative to Heidinger's brushes, seen as a dark reddish circle surrounded by a clear ring and a brighter blue halo when looking at a diffuse flickering blue light. The size is 2 to 3 degrees over horizontally and may look grainy. Xanthophyll foveal pigment is responsible for Maxwell spot.
Maxwell spot was discovered by James Clerk Maxwell himself. He was a Scottish scientist in the field of mathematical physics.
Do you know that cartoon cliche where a cartoon character sees little stars above his head after being punched? Surprisingly, this actually exists in the real world. But of course, not quite like that. It is an illusion of flashing light after being hit in the eye or sudden movement in the dark, and it is called the Morse lightning streaks.
Morse lightning streaks or flashes are lightning-type streaks which is also called photopsia. In most cases, they can be seen only in the temporal field of vision, that is usually visible under dim lighting conditions. However, exceptionally in the same case, a light streak can also be seen at the upper, lower, or nasal field depending to the direction of the ocular movements. A patient who has posterior vitreous detachment experiences the lightning flashes. PVD is an age-related condition where as we get older, the vitreous humor liquefies which separates it from the retina. A light streak is produced when an ocular movement causes a sudden impact to move the vitreous humor away from the inner surface of the eye. The streaks occur when moving the eyes. Curved or zigzag streaks with a cast of brilliant, white, or slightly bluish light may appear. According to the journal entitled More Subjective Lighting Streaks, Each streak was as sharply defined as any actual streak that was seen only momentarily at the periphery of the field. The separation of vitreous humor from the retina may result in a tear in the retina. Retinal tear is a serious medical condition that needs immediate attention. If left untreated, this condition may lead to vision loss and may also lead to blindness. It is suggested that if someone experiences the symptoms of posterior vitreous detachment, one should have an eye examination immediately to make sure that more serious condition is not present.
This next phenomenon will surely be the blue lover's favorite out there, where one can see radiating blue bands from a single stimulated light in the dark room. And yes, its name speaks for itself. Let's move on now to this another amazing phenomenon called the blue arc of the retina.
Blue arcs of the retina is also known as Purkinje blue arcs. It is one of the entoptic phenomenon where you see color blue arcs emerging from a light source heading towards the blind spot. Basically, it is an activity inside our eyes where the nerves that send signals from where a spot of light is focused on the retina near the fovea to the optic disc. In order for us to see those blue arcs, we will flash a black image with a red dot. Look at the right edge of a small red light for about 30 seconds. You will momentarily see faint blue arcs curving away from the light towards the right. These blue arcs follow the paths of the nerve arcing away from the edge of the fovea where the spot of light is focused to the optic.
Hang on tight. We will be a little deeper for our two last phenomena. Let's watch closely, for two of them is quite alike and both of them are only experienced by few. I personally call them the angels of the eye because of their halo. But let's start with the smaller but brighter one. Without further ado, let's have physiological halo.
You may have learned about pathologic halos such as those from astemi and Damocles cornea. So, what can the eye see when this phenomenon occurs? They are dimmer and their size varies with wavelength of the light. A bright white central ring was observed to be surrounded by three colored circles, the inner being red, the next being green, and the outer being red. And in what case does it occur? The anatomical arrangement of a number of small structures in the eye can cause them to act as diffraction gratings, dispersing light to create patterns on the retina. The cells of the corneal epithelium, pigment on the corneal endothelium, and the radial fibers of the crystalline lens produce diffraction effect, while other foreign bodies in the tear film can also have similar effect. Individuals do not often report physiological halos. Indeed, they may only be seen during an eye examination. For example, patients quite often report seeing ring halos around bright spotlights in a darkened consulting room, usually between 4 to 6 degrees in angular subdense due to diffraction by the crystalline lens fibers and the pupil margin.
I'm sure after finishing this last phenomenon, a lot of you will be using their sunglasses more often. This last one is experienced by people who had too much exposure to sunlight. It shows a bigger and less bright halo than the former phenomenon discussed. Saving the best for last, let's have pathological halo.
Halos are troublesome, bright circles of light that surround headlights and other light sources. Halos can be seen like this. Halos that are seen because of the alteration in the physical properties of ocular structure caused by the response of ocular tissues to disease condition are called pathological halos. Pathological halos have several causes, some of which can be threatening or require immediate attention. One of its causes is the increasing mucus secretion associated with chronic conjunctivitis is a frequent cause of troublesome halos. Another cause, conjunctival damage and snow blindness, may also produce pathological halos. Snow blindness or photokeratitis is a painful temporary loss of vision due to overexposure to the sun's UV rays that usually resolves itself within 24 to 48 hours. Contact lens wearers We also observe halos as a typical sign of overwear syndrome. Such patients should be advised to cease contact lens wear until their symptoms disappear. The best known occurrence of pathological halos are those associated with angle closure glaucoma, with this symptom being key to the diagnosis of this condition. The raised intraocular pressure, which results from a failure of aqueous outflow mechanism at the trabecular measure, leads to a higher fluid content in the tissues of the anterior media, causing the scattering of light. The glaucomatous halo is very bright, around 90 in substance but variable in size because of the variety of droplets causing it. It may appear with a blue-green colored inner ring and a yellow-red colored outer ring.
All the phenomena mentioned may result from either normal anatomic components of the eye or pathologic imperfections. Although these images are not the result of normal imaging in the external world, they may be perceived as if they are produced by objects in real space. However, special methods of illumination or other types of stimulation are required to adequately create and maintain these images. In addition, the direct attention and cooperation of the observer is a critical factor for the perception of these phenomena. Everyone can try this, and if these phenomena related to pathologic are manifested, it's highly advised to seek your eye doctor. This sums up our vision session episode. This is once again your vision correspondent saying, you are nothing without your eyes. Deal with them. Signing out.